How we doing, guys? And it is official. Arsenal have signed another player, and it's Mikel Merino, 28-year-old Spain international from Real Sociedad. Now, we're not going to get too fixed on the price of the deal because in this day and age in social media, there's about 10 prices that everybody seems to think is correct. But listen, we know it's going to be in and around that 34, 35 kind of £1 million mark. And I'll tell you something, we have got our Granit Xhaka replacement, left-footed midfielder, something we badly missed last season. How many times did we sit there last season saying, if only Granit Xhaka was still here, he would fit lovely into that kind of number 8 role. Left-footed, he offers us the balance. And when you look at him as a player, what he does have is that creativity. He does have that way of picking pockets, unlocking doors. Not the greatest of goal scorers when you're looking at his record at Real Sociedad, but that's primarily not his job. So that's not really an issue that I'm too bothered with. It's about, you know, what he does with the ball and how he opens the play for everybody else. And he's going to be key to that. And it's going to be very, very big for us. And like I said, I feel that this is a position that we've needed. And I feel that this is a player that's just right. 28 years old. So he's not kind of... We've kind of been going down the route of a lot of young players and investing and looking to build them for years to come. And we know what we're doing. It's very different to the way that we used to do our business. But at the same time, you do need to bring some players in that have got that bit of experience, that little bit of knowledge, that little bit of something that maybe the youngsters are missing. Now, I say youngsters, but a lot of our players are not youngsters anymore. They are in terms of their age maybe, but in terms of their experience, they're not. But I feel that, like I said, this will be the perfect signing for us. I feel that he is the Granit Xhaka replacement. I feel that he's going to make other players better. He's going to offer us balance. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him in an Arsenal shirt. Now, if you don't know about his career, there will be a lot of people that sit there and say, well, hold on, he's been to the Premier League before. He once played for Newcastle. That was 2017. Initially started as a loan. And then there were some stories that he was homesick. And listen, if I was 21 years old and I was living in Newcastle, I'd be homesick as well. Come on now. But listen, it didn't work out for him. He went back to Spain. He went to Real Sociedad and he's been there since. Just won the Euros, of course, with Spain. And that's what I mean in terms of the winning mentality. That's someone that can know what it takes, know what it feels like to lift trophies and get over the line. And ultimately, as a club, this is what we now need to do with this group of players. We've come so close in the last 2 years for the Premier League title. And now we have to get over the line. We have to win the Premier League this season. A lot of people are making us favourites. I'm not one of these that's going to go all out there and say, listen, it's a foregone conclusion. It's this, it's that, or the other. I do believe we are going to win the Premier League. I will say that on record. And I've said it before. But I'm certainly not counting my chickens and getting too ahead of myself because I know how unforgiving the Premier League can be and how quickly things can turn. And listen, when you look at our run of games, you know, about to come up, Aston Villa this weekend, Brighton at home, Man City away, Spurs away, couldn't have asked for a more tougher start. But listen, I think if we get to the end of those games and we're still undefeated and we've probably won, I don't know, 3 out of the 4, maybe drew one of them, and then you add the Wolves win into the mix, then I think the rest of the Premier League will probably be sitting there going, yeah, you know what, Arsenal winning the Premier League. But like I said, that's a different thing, and we'll go on to that with the previews and everything else. But listen, we've got our man. It's Mikel Merino. And like I said, in terms of his play, very good ball carrier, very good tackler as well. What I like about him, he always seems to be one of these players that can be in a really sticky situation in the centre of the park. Seen it multiple times with Real Sociedad, where it looks like he's been pressed and, they're going to get the better of him and intercept the ball. And he'll drop a shoulder, he'll do like a Cruyff turn, and he always gets out of it. He's so good at getting out of tight situations. Press resistant is what I would like to say. He's one of those players that if you play the ball into his feet, you can do so knowing that there's a player right behind him. You're not looking and going, okay, I can't really lay it into him. I'm not too sure. His touch is going to be right. Composure, ability, and he has all of those tools to get out of that situation that he finds himself in. So that's something that I really like. In the position that he plays, where it's like Odegaard but on the left hand side, he's very good at all of those very tidy little intricate passes, the little through balls that split defenses, and he could be so crucial when we're playing against teams with low blocks. We've seen it so many times. Teams do it to us predominantly every home game, pretty much, because it seems to be the only way that they can try and stop us, which is to nullify us. Because if you go toe for toe, you get pulled apart. It's that simple. But he is one of those players that will be able to unlock doors. And when you do have players like him and Odegaard, it takes the pressure away from Odegaard from being the main one, the one that's always got to open up the door. So that's what I say when I mean balance on the left and right. What does it mean for Thomas Partey? Because Declan Rice is clearly going to be the one that drops back into that number 6 role. So yeah, what happens to Thomas Partey? Is he going to stay on? Are they going to look at this now and say, maybe we cash in? Because you've also got Jorginho there as well, who plays in that number 6 role. So that's going to be an interesting one to see what happens there. But yeah, I just feel that we're near enough there. I know it's really weird to say in a sense that we're being made favourites and we're so strong as a team, and you're still like, no, we're not quite there. But you look at Man City, that's the reason why they're so successful, because they don't, rest on their achievements. They go and strengthen, and they go and, make themselves better than the year before. And everyone's talking about a striker. I'm not overly convinced about a striker coming in, and I've said this for quite a while, but I just feel a winger. I feel a winger that can maybe play left and right. That's where I feel we might go and get a player, is a winger. Not an out-and-out striker, because I'm not sure what's out there will fit our system. And Kai Havertz really fits our system. Then you've got Gabriel Jesus, who looks really sharp, and back to looking like the Gabriel Jesus that we signed from Man City. So yeah, winger. Watch out for that. Maybe, just maybe we'll pull one out of the bag before the end of the window. But listen, I'm happy with this one. Mikel Merino is an Arsenal player, and it's going to be quite interesting because we now have 2 Mikels at the club. No doubt there will be fans out there that probably hate this guy without even watching him, and before he's even put on a shirt, just because his name's Mikel. Unlucky, there's not one, but there's 2 of them now, and I absolutely love it. So listen, welcome to the Arsenal, Mikel Merino. I'm very, very happy with this signing. We've got our Granit Xhaka replacement, and yeah, let me know what you think of this signing in the comment section. So listen, there we go. That is it. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.